This is a beautiful bill because it doesn't just say don't trans the kids. It doesn't just say wait till 8 to introduce kids to transgenderism in schools. Once they turn 9, that's fine. It doesn't just say only minors can't. It bans transgenderism for all practical purposes in the state, for everybody. And it has to.
Genocide. This is transgender genocide. The audacity. How dare you call for the outright ban and extermination of a whole entire group of Americans. You do not see trans folks or LGBTQ folks calling for the outright ban or extermination of straight or cisgender people, now do ya? No, because we want equality. You want oppression and privilege. What makes you think that you're so entitled to make such a terroristic demand? It's because people like this do not love our country. They do not love the beautiful diversity that is the United States. They do not believe in freedom and justice for all Americans. They don't believe in free speech under the Constitution. They only believe me. What's in it for me? How can I marginalize another group of people? It's disgusting. Yet these are the same folks claiming they're all about freedom of speech and expression, yet they're trying to ban an entire group of people, trans people. This is exactly what the Nazis did. They went to first ban books by Jewish authors, in this case LGBTQ authors, banning them, burning them. Secondly, claiming anyone that is Jewish was going against German ideals, in this case claiming anyone who is LGBTQ and especially trans going against American ideals, calling them sinful and inferior. And 3, organizing to exterminate an entire group of people, like what they did with the Jews, and now what they're doing with trans people through legislation like in Tennessee, like in Kentucky. It is disgusting what they're doing. This is genocide, plain and simple. For anyone who denies it, you're so blind to reality. Now, he's talking about a bill that passed through the Kansas State Legislature recently. So let's hear more about what he has to say about this bill. Take a look.
Kansas has become the first state to pass a bill that defines woman as someone who is biologically born female. That's it. That's what a woman is, which means that this will ban men who identify as transgender women from using single-sex areas designated for women. It's called the Women's Bill of Rights. It was approved by legislators 26-10 on Thursday. Only Republican support there. And the bill defines a female as someone, quote, whose biological reproductive system is developed to produce ova, while male refers to anyone whose reproductive system, quote, is developed to fertilize the ova of a female. This is a beautiful bill.
How many times must we tell y'all? Biological sex and gender expression are different. Being a woman and defining that as completely biological erases an entire group of people, trans people. So sex and gender are different. Sex is what you got in your pants. It's your birthday suit. Your gender is your social expression. Do you act masculine? Do you act feminine? Do you play with the G.I. Joe or do you play with the dolls? Gender is a social performance, a behavior, where sex is what you got in your pants. For some people, for many people like me, it aligns. Whether or not you think I'm super girly pop or gay or flamboyant, if you're hate watching this, I am a male and I am a biological male. Whereas there's also women who are super feminine and are biological female. So for people to constantly define woman as strictly biological erases the entire existence of trans people. Because there are many people, millions of Americans, where their gender expression and their biological sex don't match up. And it seems like straight people and many creepy white men in the Republican Party make trans people's existence inferior, immoral, like something to be feared. And it's disgusting because trans people exist. And it doesn't matter even if you agree or not, just respect them. Under our Constitution, it is ridiculous to claim that women's rights are somehow infringed because trans people exist, especially when it comes to the bathroom thing. Oh my God, just go in and get out. Like, it's really not that hard. minding your own business is free. Biological women are not in danger because of a trans woman using their bathroom. It's like, how would you even know if they're trans? Are you like the genital police? Are you like standing at the door being like, what you got in your pants? Biological women are not endangered by trans women using their facilities. Would you rather a socially presenting trans woman use the male's bathroom? How do you think men would feel with that? Like, no. If you present female, if you present male, use the gendered bathroom. It's not that hard. Pedophiles or dangerous people are going to go into those bathrooms and do those horrible things anyway, whether or not they have the approval because they're trans. It's just disgusting how like you are okay with vilifying an entire group of people, period, even though you have no evidence. Like, how many times do you see a trans person being convicted of horrible actions? No, you see mostly white men from the Catholic Church being charged with rape or pedophilia. Yet, y'all fearmonger that it's trans people, but have no evidence. So you write bills like this, fearmongering about their existence, but have no evidence. It's just disgusting. Like, y'all, it's okay to not understand what being trans is. I know that it's scary. When you first meet a trans person, you're like, I don't know how to go about this because they look kind of different. Get to know them. Get to know them. Trans people are some of the coolest and funniest people I've ever met. What bills like this do, erase their entire existence. And you cannot claim that you're for freedom, that you are for rights, or anything like that if you do not allow trans people in as Americans. But let's take a look at this next clip as Michael Knowles goes through even crazier nonsense logic. Take a look.
In order to protect businesses from having to participate in weird occult sexual rituals like the transgender transition, you have to ban transgenderism entirely.
No business is engaging in, quote, weird occult sexual rituals. What are you even talking about? Are you claiming that somehow the message to sell their product or service to transgender people is somehow dangerous? Like, they're businesses. They're going to advertise to anyone who wants to buy their product. I have a bright idea, though, for people who are fear-mongering constantly about trans people and gay people. I have an idea. LTPA. Leave trans people alone. Leave them alone. Someone existing as a trans person doesn't negatively affect your life. It is their life. Although, like, you don't even have to agree with someone else's trans existence. Although whether you agree or not is completely irrelevant because them existing and, going about their life doesn't affect you. So whether you agree or not is totally irrelevant. But literally, seriously, leave trans people alone. Leave them alone. They deserve the same constitutional rights to life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness under our United States Constitution. Are these people who constantly claim that they're all for freedom, yet you want to take away the existence, the rights for trans Americans to exist? You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. Just claim you're anti-Constitution, then I will still call you out for being transphobic, but at least you're not a hypocrite. These people, a lot of the right-wingers, I'm sorry, but you all don't care if you're hypocritical. You don't. I don't know, the left wing, like me, I actually care if I'm hypocritical. I do. I'm like, let me examine that. But at the right wing, you would rather live in bigotry and fear of trans people than actually, like, have moral principles. And I don't mean to be, like, vilifying you all, but, like, girl, like, facts are facts. LTPA, leave trans people alone. I'm starting that as a hashtag. Put it in your bio, LTPA, leave trans people alone. And also, that is all I have for you today on The Gays. Thank you for joining me. My name is Scott Johnson. You can find more of me on my TikTok, which is in the description link below. Also, you can check me out on TYT's The Breakdown, which is also in the description link below. If you made it to the end of this video, literally thank you. I'm still launching my YouTube channel, so I love and respect all of you so much. Even if you're hate watching me, I hope you learned something from this. And just remember that you are beautiful, you are loved, you are valid, you are strong, and you are fierce. Have a wonderful day. Bye.